Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings, where we are currently working on becoming feudal, but that's still a little ways out. If we look at our innovations here, we're making solid progress on it, for sure, but we're not quite ready for that yet. We'll get there soon. I believe we need, what, 75%? Just double checking here. To adopt feudal ways here, 70%. Okay, so how many exactly is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So what is 70% of 15? I'm actually popping open a calculator here. 15 times 0.7 is 10.5, so we would need 11 total. We currently have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to get 9, 10. So we need one more than what we have exposed and fascinated at this point. Now, we could definitely get mustering grounds a lot faster. We could get it down to 3 years. At this point, there's a 100% chance to gain 0.42 progress each month. However, this is over capping, so we don't actually want to do that. It's over 100%, so we want to sit at mods for the time being. That is okay. We'll just need to get one more technology beyond these two. For the moment, of course, we're working on cleaning up some border gore, pushing our borders. Minor things at this point. It's going to be a significant effort when we get feudalism, though. A lot of things are going to change. For the time being, I want to go after this guy's duchy here and just make sure that we clean up this border gore that exists here. Oh, convenient. It's going to cost piety as well. I like it. That's really, really solid. So let's raise up our forces here. I'm going to raise men-at-arms. Let's raise around 6,000 or so levy troops. Enemies are joining the war. That's fine. Okay, so this is enough levy troops. Let's split them up and start up some sieges here and here. Do we have siege commanders in those armies? Probably not, but let's let them spread out a bit so they're a little easier to deal with. There we go. And I want these guys to make their way out over this way. Canaan is in this. Okay, noted. So we could come attack up over here. Suspicious legend, huh? You know what? I don't want that. Let's settle the legend. Fantastic. So legend spread chance plus 2%. So we have a new learning perk here. We could grab, say, mental resilience, restraint, or iron constitution, or faithful. Any of those would be a decent thing to do. But let's actually reduce our disease resistance, or actually get a disease resistance. That'll be good. After all, we don't want to die super early, right? So apparently our courtier is attempting to seduce us by playing her lute, although this looks more like a flute. Okay, sure. I guess they rhyme. How dare you? I am married. So we're just kind of repairing the relationship with our wife that we very thoroughly destroyed previously. So that's absolutely okay. They're going to group up over here. Okay, actually, they're going to siege here. We should absolutely go fight them right now. We'll easily win that. We're going to be the defender because they're sieging, and we just have better troops. They have more troops, but that doesn't matter. So we just absolutely obliterate them, and that's good. That puts us at 50% war score right there. So other than captures, there's no war score to be... Why am I sieging here? We'll not get anything from that. No, we should come siege here. Other than captures, there's no more war score to be gained from battles. So we're just going to wrap up these sieges here. We're going to siege their capital rather than here because this is irrelevant. And are we going to give away our cat? No. No, we are not. Our wife is sensitive to the cat, and that's okay. Fantastic. So that was a stack wipe. These guys are going to stack wipe too if they try to attack us. We're at 95% war score. I'm going to group these lads together at this point. And I think they can probably take this. They outnumber them almost 7-1. Actually, they do outnumber them 7-1. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that that can take it. Disease recovery is absolutely fine. We'll spend some gold to get that. Fantastic. So we're going to fight these here. This isn't going to get us war score, but we are going to stack wipe them and knock them out of here. That looks good. Do we have ticking yet? We do. So ticking will likely end it before this siege ends. Oh yeah, definitely. Fantastic. So we'll enforce those demands and disband our troops, and I would like to attack this guy, who is, of course, Canaan. We just fought him, but we want to take this duchy. So we're going to do exactly that. I'm going to raise up our forces again. We can't keep our forces raised and declare that war, unfortunately. We should raise up about 3,000 levy troops. We just stack wiped them, so it's very unlikely that anything actually ends up happening here. I want to make sure that we have a siege leader here if we do have one available. Yes, this guy. Looks good. Okay, so these guys are here. How many forces do they have? 2,400? Okay. Sieging here is irrelevant now. We could siege here. Or just head up and siege Canaan's capital. That's probably better. Hello. Here's an army. Okay, we're gonna go fight them. Hi, army. Bye, army. So that got us 50% war score right off the bat. Fantastic. We do see these guys down over here that we'd like to fight, but that's not going to go well. Well, it is going to go well. It is just going to take time. Okay, these guys are on their way over. This is potentially a problem. I'm going to drop our rally point here. I'm going to raise a few additional troops, because they might be thinking about attacking this force, and that force is probably not strong enough to hold that off. But with these reinforcements coming in, it looks good. And yeah, you can see here, before the reinforcements were coming in, we were losing that battle. That's what I expected, given the troop quality and quantity that was there. But we bring the reinforcements in, and that should do the trick. Fantastic. No problem whatsoever there. We won the siege during the battle. I didn't realize the siege progresses during the battle. That's intriguing. I've never had that actually matter before. And arguably it didn't matter here either. But that was definitely an interesting outcome. I want to put in our siege commander here, make sure he's leading this force. There we go. Apparently our son has decided that he likes us. Sure. Actually, he's decided he is like us. Okay. Whatever. So we're going to start up this siege up over here, and we're going to attack down this way now that our siege commander has taken this over. I don't want them to take this back, so we're going to have to deal with that, and we're going to send our high-quality troops for that. This is not anything that we can't handle up here. Looks good. So that's a stack wipe. We can come up and eliminate these guys again, but this war is over. Is it a noble's tale? Prestige per legitimacy level. Plus 0.25 per month. That's pretty solid. That would get us plus 1 prestige per month for 15 years. Or we could gain 75 prestige. Well, do we expect to survive 15 years? That is a question we need to ask here. We're 42. The odds on that are okay. We could definitely survive 15 years. So 15 times 12 is 180. So that would be a significant amount of additional prestige over this. I'm going to take that for now. And actually, that brought us up to 1.7. Was that 0.5 legitimacy per or rather 0.5 prestige per legitimacy level? It might have been, in which case it's even better. So that in that case, that would be 360 overall prestige. Assuming we survive the whole time, which is not necessarily an assumption we should make. But for now, we'll take the long-term payout. It seems reasonable. So our legend is ready to be upgraded. We didn't manage to get this far last time, but it is now spread in 100 baronies. We're going to increase the quality. So we would be able to launch a legendary adventure, abandoning our realm and starting a new life in a distant kingdom. That is something that we might want to do in a future series where we're like required to do that every so often. That could be an interesting way to go about it. Well, we're going to gain some legitimacy here, and we could get a 50% chance of gaining access to the legendary statue option. Okay, so we'll increase that up. It needs to spread to 300 baronies at this point to continue to be increased. But that's fine. I don't mind continuing this. We're not going to complete the legend yet. I want to keep going on that. How many levels can we upgrade it? I don't know, and it's probably not a very viable thing to always get it to the max level. So that's definitely an intriguing thing. Now, where are these decisions at? We have to complete a legend? Okay, noted. So that's fine for now. This ransom is acceptable. And we don't have anyone to attack over here. We can check this guy, we're still truced. We can check this guy, we're still truced. That's not surprising. This guy with his very fancy hat over here, we are ready to attack. So we could definitely press this guy's claim on just this chiefdom. We could also do a duchy conquer and get these two for a significant amount of additional prestige. And that's exactly what we're going to do. That'll open up attacks out over here. So that sounds good to me. I mean, both of those would, but we'll do the duchy conquer out this way. Also, I want to point out, Kanem Bornu, we're close to. We only need 14 additional counties over here. Maghreb, we're a very long ways away from. We need 62 counties, but we'll definitely work our way through this and get there soon enough. So we could also theoretically attack... Oh, I see. This is the same guy. Okay, we could do a simultaneous attack here. Right. So this is 3 counties out over here. So this should absolutely be a duchy conquest. We don't have the prestige right now to do a simultaneous war. So I'm not going to do that. I would have if we had had the prestige, but we upgraded our legend instead. So that's fine. The discount would increase slightly. You know what? Sure, we forged it ourselves. I also want to raise up a few levy troops here. 6,000 should be sufficient. And I guess we got 8,000. So we're going to hop in over here, starting up a siege there, and then up over here, starting up a siege there as well. I want to make sure at least one of these has a siege commander. So we've got this guy. And then the other, I don't know that we have another siege commander. We do. There we go. Perfect. You guys are going to come and try to stack wipe the enemy army. Looks good. They're heading southward here, and they shouldn't. Now they're just standing there. They might attempt to go and attack our levy force. They waited too long. We caught them. Okay, beautiful. So that looks good. And we actually captured him, so this war's over. Enforce those demands and disband our troops. Cool. So we can grant this off to a noble of the Bobo culture for both of these. That'll be fine. Excellent. And now I want to, well, we can grant these vassals over to rightful lieges. That's okay. No problem. But we can also create some titles here. Can we usurp any? No, we cannot. Okay, but we can create some duchies. We'll create the Duchy of Kaga here. That's the only one that we need right now. This is just being done to generate us some prestige. And that ends up going to this gentleman who reports to us. So this is fine. We'll grant that right on over to him. Perfect. So that was just about creating the prestige, right? Next, I want to attack this guy, specifically to conquer these islands. So we'll declare this war. And then we're going to raise up, right up over here, I guess. I'm just checking these supply limits. Yeah, this'll do. So we'll raise our men-at-arms, and we're going to raise 3,000. Actually, his capital's out here. At first, I was thinking his capital would have been here, and he would raise his forces here, meaning our men-at-arms would have to remain on the mainland. I'm not convinced that he's going to raise his men-at-arms here, though. If he doesn't, well, either way, this will be fine. So I want to split this in thirds, which is not, you know, really something that we can do, but we can send our smaller force here. We can then send this smaller force here. And then our larger levy force, which I would like to have a siege commander in that. That'll be this guy. And we can give this as the other siege commander. That'll be fine. There we go. But this force is intended to go to their capital. Now, they're very likely to just raise their army and keep them there. So let's embark these guys and bring them out into this sea zone. And we'll see what ends up happening. We do see allies up over here that might attack this way. The only thing that we're super interested in right now, though, is where this army goes. Okay. Where are they going? They're disembarking here. They're already locked into it. We're going to fight them then. Looks good. These guys might try to reinforce them. It's not going to go well. Yeah, it's over. They just stack wiped. War's over. We don't need to siege at all. Beautiful. So we enforce those demands and disband our troops. At this point, we'll need to grant these out to nobles of the correct culture, the Bobo culture. That will be fine. As everyone knows, Bobo is the only acceptable culture. That is absolutely true. So next, do we have any available truces? So Sao is currently in war, or rather in jail, imprisoned by us, but we also currently are truce to them. So nothing to be done there. Nothing to be done here. Nothing to be done here. Nothing to be done here. We could go after this guy, but that's a very fancy hack guy. So that's not going to be a thing. We have no one to attack unless we want to create border gore. So we might want to just chill for a little bit. That might not be the worst of ideas. And just allow these truces to tick down. So that's fine. We can definitely do that. We can also hop in over here and just make sure that there's nothing to construct. There shouldn't be. Yeah, indeed. I want to check in on our legend real quick. 148. So we're now about halfway to what we need to increase the quality again. I wonder how many times we can increase the quality. And how much is that going to cost? Missing 124 prestige? Okay, that shouldn't be a big deal. We should definitely be able to get that, no problem. We can probably, during this time, run a grand tournament. I don't think that's an issue. We should do this. It's not going to backfire again, right? We could run the wrestling. Wrestling will be okay. And we are going to have as our champion this guy. That'll be fine. Accommodations maxed. Prizes maxed. We can't start this because it cannot be hosted for 3-2-1-0, but we can start it now. There we go. So let's hop in here. We're guaranteed to qualify, so that sounds good. 60% chance of good here? Do it. So we're on track to qualify here. And at this point, we want prestige, right? We don't actually need to visit the tourney grounds. Is there anything here that would net us prestige guaranteed? I mean, we could head to the temple. I guess the tourney grounds could get us prestige. So we'll do that for now. We could keep the peace. That's not a bad thing. That would gain us some amount of prestige income. Alternatively, we could have our score increase minutely. And that's what we're going to do. Fantastic. It would have been a minute amount of prestige as well. So people are going to start turning up to our tournament. That's fine. Let's head over to the temple. We could get 100 piety here or 150 prestige. And of course, we're prioritizing the prestige over anything else. There's 120 more prestige coming in from eminent guests arriving. Let's head to the tourney grounds. We don't need to lose stress. We can just have our score increase slightly. It doesn't really matter, though. We have a learning perk available. We can do something about that. And this ransom is acceptable. This ransom is acceptable. No on this one. Yes on this one. Yes on this one. Yes on this one. And no on this one. Okay. We get a learning perk here. We are going to take mental resilience. That'll be fine. Let's hop back into the tournament here. And we're going to be going to the temple next. So our score would increase moderately. I don't feel like we need to lose stress here. We'll just take score. That's fine. We have a lot of score. I would be honestly kind of shocked if we don't win this. Okay. We are ready. We're already 78% to the victory here. But we could sabotage someone. And who do we want to sabotage? All of them are worse than us, so we're just not going to. That'll be fine. Cheating does indeed demand disqualification. There we go. We're now at 100% progress to victory. That looks good. So our finger has been dislocated. We can increase our score moderately and gain 75 prestige, or it could be a bad thing. There's only one thing for it. We'll give it a go. It worked, and we gained some prestige. Fantastic. That was not where the odds were, so I like it. Don't mess with Guinean champions. Okay, so we win the first one, the quarterfinals. Excellent. An interesting round. Okay. What else do we have going on here? Well fought, champions. Okay. Wait, did we not actually participate? Hang on. Or did we just get buys through everything? You know, it feels like we stopped participating at some point. I don't know why we did that, but whatever. I guess it's fine. We did not win, I guess. Interesting. Well, that's okay. It's not the end of the world. I did expect to win that, though. Okay, it's fine. Perhaps a few words given we're the host. We'll get some additional prestige out of that. And I mean, we did get a lot of prestige, so that's okay. But we would have gotten a lot more if we had won. It's not the end of the world, though. So this is acceptable. This is not acceptable. This is acceptable. Nope. And yes. Okay. So that all looks good. Let's go through and check truces. Nothing here. Ooh, we can attack Sao. The succession has happened here. So we could attack a duchy here and get 3. That's going to create a little bit of border gore with Canum, but that's fine. We can definitely work on that. This is probably a de jure duchy. So that seems okay. Let's declare this war, and let's raise up our forces right near their capital. I'm going to raise up our men-at-arms here, and we're going to raise up some... I'm thinking 9 to 12,000. Okay. We could summon the physician here to help offset the plague. Yes. Okay. This is about right. And we're going to send some of these lads in over here. I'm going to separate these guys. We're going to send them down here and to here and to this capital. Then we'll need to see where their armies end up being, right? So we'll see what ends up happening with that. We'll pay to employ this court physician. That is fine. So where is this Black Spirit's fever at? We don't actually care all that much. A soft approach is best. Okay, so that's quite a long ways away. Now, we do see this army coming in. 934 troops. Okay. I'm a little bit confused about where their forces are. Did they just not raise them? They're out over here. Okay. Well, we're going to head on down this direction because they are very likely to attempt to do something down here, right? They've backed off. That's fine for the moment. I want to head in over this way, cut them off, and just fight right here. Okay. Looks good. We just finished capturing their capital, which is excellent. Perhaps our answer lies in the ancient histories indeed. This should end the war. War is indeed over. We'll enforce those demands and disband our troops. Looks good. We'll grant these all out. Cool. So at this point, Canum is the next target down here, but we're still truced there. We do have access to attack Wadai, which is, of course, fascinating. This is all one duchy, and that's a really, really solid attack. We can then go up over here as well. This has opened up quite a lot of territory for us. No doubt about that. We're really close to getting Canum Bornu at this point, and just a couple more wars over here will complete that. We should be also no longer truced over here, so we can definitely do some duchy conquests over this way. We're still truced here, but that will be done fairly soon, so we'll get those taken care of eventually as well. And we can continue to push through these up here once we get there. So that all looks reasonably good. We've got good expansion opportunities, quite a lot of them, in fact. And we're going to continue to press those next episode. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Shadow Wolf, Kintogan, Ali Lee, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12 UK, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.